Welcome to Sports Sushi. Your chefs for tonight are Sports Plug Russ, serving up the spiciest sports takes of the week. Sterling Furrow, rolling the X's and O's into an analytical maki platter. And finally, the moderator who always keeps the sake flowing, DJ Slow Boogie. Now grab those chopsticks and get ready, because your order of fresh and raw sports sushi is up.
What's good, everybody? What's happening? It's Wednesday. You already know what time it is. You already know what day it is. You already know what that means, man. It's another Wednesday, another sports sushi episode. God damn it.
Motherfucking sushi.
All right.
I have, before we jump it off, though, before you get into the rundown in the ad, I want to say this to everybody. If you ever get in trouble in Somali, just run, because they ain't finna catch you. Because it's slow to the bitch. Oh, shit. You thought I wasn't going to touch that? Oh, that bitch got walked. Well, she didn't really get walked because she never was in front. She was running like Mr. Penguin. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead,
Boogie. All right. So.
Oh, my. I've never seen someone that bad at competing that was like supposed to compete. That's probably the worst performance ever in sports. But go ahead. That's why it applies. That's why it applies to sports sushi. It was the worst performance ever in sports.
It does. It really does. It does. All right, so let's get through the rundown real quick.
Somali is slow to know, dog. But go ahead.
All right, let's get the rundown real quick. All right, for this show, man. But if you tuned in, always remember to like, hit the bell, and subscribe. And no matter what platform you tuned in on, I know we're on like Rumble, YouTube, Twitch, blah 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 blah, all that good shit there. But let's get the good little show rundown going on real quick. We got This Day in Sports, as always. Then we're going to get into a little bit of college football. We're going to talk about a little bit. She got rolling. Fucking right, Chris Ross.
She did. Country full of slow black people. Who would have thought it? No.
They are built for long distance.
Oh, shit. Right. Niggas gonna take them a long time to get that long distance. But go ahead, bro.
All right, look.
I'm sorry. Rolls, so, you got Peter roll. Nigga, what they used to say when you used to lose 75-0.
Yeah. Peter roll is just bad, bro. That's just bad.
That's what happened to her in real life. I'm sorry.
All right, yeah, let's go ahead. Let's power through this shit real quick. So we're going to be talking about a little bit of college football. We're going to talk about if NCAA was to drop, who deserves the 99? Not named Caleb Williams Russell.
Oh, my bad.
I specifically
Caleb get 100.
Yeah, I specifically put that in the notes. Challenge yourself, Russell. If somebody I saw it
and I went.
Yeah.
I said he did it on purpose. Caleb's gonna get 100 things.
All right. We're going to also talk about the collapse of the Pac-12 and the conference movement and shaking of conference and the landscape in college football and how that would shape the future. Also, we're going to go ahead. We're going to get into our usual Betstamp segment. Then we're going to go ahead and get into the either or. If you see, I was doing the dance halfway.
I couldn't see your fingers. Somehow I feel like that's what she said, Joe.
Yeah.
But yeah, I couldn't see your fingers. It could probably somewhere in America it applies.
And then the final segment, pardon me, to take us home, we're going to have Chris come in and lay down the math and the reasoning behind his first article that is being published on the Sports Sushi website. So please be on the tune and look out for that later in the show. And I can tell you right now, if you know Chris, you already know where this is going. So so please tune in and listen so he can break down the madness, the math behind the madness that Chris always seems to bring us. So without any further ado, Chris, roll that beautiful bean footage from our beautiful sponsors at Betstamp. Good people.
What's good, everybody? Today's podcast is brought to you by the good people at Betstamp, which is helping thousands of people win in sports betting for free. That's right, you heard me. Free. F-R-E-E. Free. All right? The same way travelers use Google Flights and Expedia to find the best prices, bettors now can use the same through the Betstamp app. When you place a bet, the odds are given by a sportsbook will determine how much you can possibly win. Even though you're betting at the same outcome, different sportsbooks will offer varying payouts, and the differences can be huge. We are talking thousands of dollars. But fortunately for you, the good people at Betstamp have your back, okay? So, Betstamp allows you to easily line shop for the most profitable odds across all sportsbooks. You can click on any matchup and instantly see the different odds that the game gives you, game lines, player props, and even future bets. Line shopping is the simplest way to find an edge in sports betting and maximize your chances of winning long term. On average, Betstamp users win an extra $1,000 and over yearly just by line shopping. We can't tell you that this is a fucking game changer. What's good, everybody? Today's podcast.
Welcome back. Okay. All right. Look, welcome back to the show again. You know, sports coach. Was it? Damn, I fucked up. Betstamp code Sushi.
Someone at Betstamp was like, "What the fuck?"
I fumbled the fuck out of that one.
But these niggas. We know these niggas.
But yeah, man. Look. Remember, it's the code Sushi, so you can use it whenever you sign up, even if you forget, so you can go back and sign up.
Hey, just hit him with. I got you, Boogie. Just hit him with this real quick. It's Betstamp. What's the name of the app?
Code Betstamp.
And the name of the code is
Sushi.
There you go. You know what I'm saying? Just remember. As long as you remember, you can get them lines.
All right. So, let's go ahead and get into a little weekend recap here. So. One of the things I want to talk about, you know, ESPN has recently gotten to their layoffs.
Before you get into something serious, I'm sorry, because it's
nothing serious. It's funny. I like it.
Oh, I was just gonna say, Future made a verse. Russell Wilson made a baby.
Yeah, I wanted to get that one too. She said, "Oh yeah, you gonna make a song about it?" Well, guess what? Another kid.
Oh shit! I'm sorry. That's just funny as fuck to me. But go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. So look. Things that happened over this weekend, you know, Mark Jackson got laid off at ESPN, and you know, like most folks, you know, that work at ESPN, you know, they get laid off. It happens. But he got a job offer. He got a job offer that came through, man, and you know, it was play-by-play for, you know, an online website. And I was like, okay, well, you know, what's the online website? You click the article. It's for Cam Soda. And if you don't know what Cam Soda is an adult cam.
I'm about to get childish.
Site. And I was like, what the fuck they want him to do? They was like, they want him to do play-by-play for porn videos, basically.
You used to call it jawbone.
You used to call you jawbone.
Oh, shit. I have never seen someone perform like this under pressure. This nigga shooting better than Steph Curry right now. We got
Yo.
All right, but
I mean, it can work. Think about it, Russ.
Oh yeah, anything can work.
Like,
Mama, bro, yes, Mama, there goes that man.
Look, pair him up with Bill Walton, bro.
No, yes. Mark Green, could you imagine at the end? Bang!
I think it can work if you get like a Mark Jackson, a Mike Breen, and then you have, you know,
fuck it. Bring Jeff Van Gundy in that bitch.
No.
Let him complain. What happened to good old days? Just laid on her back.
No, man. I think you got to have them off the wall comments from Bill Walton too, dog. Like, throw it down, big man. Yeah, throw it down, big man. Stroke the three.
Throw it back, big girl. Throw it back, big girl. Throw it back.
I think it could work. It has some potential. So I see where Cam Soda's coming from. But the thing
is, on that motherfucker, I'll do it.
They was trying to pay. Yeah, for $1,000.
Nigga, what? I'll be in that bitch. You know what? I got a backstory. They used to call him Horseman.
be having all these stats and shit, the stat lines.
You know they be talking to niggas before the game, like the night before. I was talking to him the night before about his game plan. He was just like, back in the day, nobody would run trains on me, and I wanted to show America why I am that man. Monday Night Football, they be like something, wait for it. University, that nigga be like, hung low. That's it. All right. Shit. It's like barbecue chicken.
Look, man, it's gonna be some crazy. Look.
Oh,
they pull it off. I'll say this: I'll watch.
Oh my God.
I'll watch.
Oh, for sure.
I'll definitely watch.
Y'all need to be a team. I got you.
So, this guy has the most quick.
I do that shit for $100. I do that shit for $100 and a bottle of Jack, nigga. I'm not gonna lie to you. That shit sounds like it'd be fun.
He said we started out slow tonight, but we had to turn it up in the fourth.
No, could you imagine a nigga in that bitch? Whew. In the first half, she had me.
She had me in the first half.
I was like, I think she got me.
He said,
all right, man. Damn.
The offense was coming on too strong. Our defense had to step up. I can see that.
Here comes Isabella. We did not know we were getting a threesome tonight, but it is goal. Here comes Johnny. It's an orgy. It's a full on.
Wham, bam, thank you, man.
Oh shit! Now that's what I call sweet chin music, nigga.
That's some good shit.
Right, stop. Oh shit!
Yo, look.
Oh my God.
Look, hey man, look. I'm gonna say this, Mark Jackson. If you listening, brother, look, hey,
I got you.
There's potential here.
Okay. If y'all can't get Mark Jackson, you can get me and Boogie for the low. We'll do that shit.
Yeah, nigga.
Not for the low. Probably not for the low, but not for the high. For the medium.
Yeah, we ain't gonna charge $1 million. I mean, we'll split $1 million, but
we will. If you got it, we'll split it. We'll split it, and it'll be the greatest. It'll be the greatest fucking commentary ever. Pun intended.
Definitely intended. We'll be the only fucking commentary ever. We just show up there with the little suits.
My man said Mark Jackson and Joe Rogan. Hey, we would be it of the sport. What? That would become a sport. Could you, man? If I say, could you imagine too many times? Let's just back to sports.
Yeah, back to sports. All right, yeah, there's potential there, but back to sports.
There's a lot of potential. Shit, it's full grown. We just need to attack.
Yeah. Chris,
I can go on for days.
You out there in California? Right. That shit damn near illegal. Drum up some business.
I got one more. I got one more, or like a couple more. Let me all right, so this another thing this weekend as we move forward. Malika Andrews got the job as the ESPN Finals crew member. All the greatness in the world tour. I'm sure she'll find a way to ask some controversial question and make a nigga look bad. So we're waiting on that. Then we have I did watch the quarterback show. I don't know if y'all caught that. I have watched it. Kirk Cousins, my God, my man. Like, I like Kirk Cousins now. Y'all talk shit about him. This man, he's the nicest guy on earth, and he be getting fucked up. My man was at the end of the game. My man said, "Are you good?" He said, "No, I'm hurt." he said, "What hurts?" He said, "All of this."
Yeah, from here. No, man. So I've seen a couple of clips from the quarterback show, but I've heard the Johnny Manziel thing is actually very good.
I heard 5 stars. Raven, I'm gonna start that tomorrow.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. I'm gonna start that tomorrow. I have to get on that tomorrow at some point. But I heard great things. I did see the clip about they was like he had 0 minutes on the iPad, and then it went to Johnny, and he was like 0 minutes. They call me Johnny Football, not Johnny Steady, bitch. I'm gonna do one thing. Well, two things, but one, the other one I can't talk about on camera. So let's play football. Let me
Yeah,
get
man.
to getting.
So yeah,
Oh man,
I'm gonna be watching a lot of football this weekend. So I'll be watching
no, I'm gonna
the
catch
Hard
up on
Knocks.
all of it.
Yeah, I'm gonna catch up on
I was
Hard
gonna
Knocks.
say,
Yeah.
but I was gonna get in the Hard Knocks. But before we get in the Hard Knocks, I was gonna give a shout out to my man Paul winning that fight, Diaz. They put on the show. But I wanted to say this though. A little clip came out where let me read this correctly. Clarissa Shields, you could probably whoop my ass. So when I say this, don't come at me because you the best women's boxer in a very long time. But please leave Paul alone. Because that's a grown man. And you better stop because you keep talking, they're going to find someone in the alphabet gang to come fight you. You know what I'm talking about? And it's going to be a man and you're going to be upset.
I'm gonna be real with you.
I'll
be real with you, bro. I like my look. I put my money on Clarissa Shields though.
No, you think you do? You think you do?
Over Jake Paul?
You think you
I think
do?
so. I think she get Jake Paul. I think she.
No, the question is not. Well, you answered. You said you think she get him. But she's probably a way better boxer. Not probably. She a way better boxer than him.
Yeah.
What's gonna happen when that hook hit that rib or that temple?
Because like the thing,
he gonna be looking at it. He gonna be looking at her like, all right, Nick.
Since you called out Thurman, I want to see her get into. She already signed a multi-year deal with PFL, so I don't know. And I know Jake is with PFL as well.
I don't want to see any women in the ring with no grown ass fighting man. I'm sorry, I don't want to see that.
She'll get Paul. She'll get Paul.
Paul's all right.
He said, "Who got chin check more, Diaz or Anderson?"
You know what?
Hey man, okay.
Okay, let me ask you this. Do y'all think Bud Crawford could beat up Tyson Fury?
No.
Why not?
This is the height differential.
Okay. Moving forward. Can I give him the Cowboys update before you get into, or you want to get into the training camp? We can get into the training camp.
The thing about the Clarissa Shields thing is this. This is what I want to say. Like, when we look at Jake Paul, you know, he is what he is. He's more or less a prize fighter. That's how I look at him. Clarissa Shields has won championships. She is a multi-championship boxer. If we talking about boxing, just the movement of the hands and everything, I gotta give it to Clarissa over Jake. And I'm not even like second guessing nothing. I think it's just they're both fighters, but yeah, there's a prize fighters where you know where you and you gotta look at
y'all are evil.
The crop of fighters that you know Jake Paul fought. It ain't.
Oh, he didn't touch it down. See, Ghost, I didn't even want to.
No, Ghost already talked about that.
I was gonna leave Tim Anderson alone.
Yeah, no, we already brought that up. So we could definitely talk about that. He said, "Who got?"
He got knocked the fuck out.
Yeah, he talked about. So the question was this: what Ghost presented was, who got chin checked the worst, Diaz or Anderson? I'm gonna have to say Anderson because, well, okay.
Oh, Anderson got knocked out. No, Anderson
got knocked out. He got put on his
posterior. How my dad would say. Hey, Ramirez found the power that Earl Spence was looking for. Like that shit. My man Tim Anderson got knocked into the Spider-Verse, nigga. That nigga forgot to mention.
Anderson stood over him, man, and he was postured, he was poised, he was throwing them O's, and then
blind fury. Yeah, and Ramirez said, "I've been in a fight before. Your chin should be right about here,
overhead, right, overhead, wild right."
Tim Anderson hit the Dave Chappelle. I bet you it happened to slow. Now Tim Anderson got knocked the fuck out. That was the first. Down goes Anderson. That was the. We haven't seen someone get. We haven't seen someone actually get hit with a punch like that since probably Nolan Ryan beat old boy's ass like. Tim Anderson he got beat up. He was in the car like, what was that video old boy made when you get in the car after the fight? Yeah, I'm straight. And then the worst part about it to me is after all this, and he deleted the tweet that said, I'm about to go to sleep for a little bit because people was retweeting that whole saying, adding the video to that bitch. The worst part about it is, and you got suspended more games because you started the fight. Like, you took your glove off and tried to hit, you hit him like 1.5 times. He hit you one time.
Yep. And that's it. That's all it took.
One on that button. I mean, Tim Anderson's brain said, shut it down, everybody. Everybody right now, turn off the lights.
Cut all this shit off. So we gotta go.
Everybody stand still. He might not see us. Tim Anderson.
Yeah, bro.
But yeah, man, choose your battles, Tim. I mean, he was like again, that football video in the first half, I thought he had him. Then Ramirez said, nah, man, I done been here before. I'm about to put you out.
It was
fucking hilarious.
It was definitely hilarious. It was unexpected. I was sitting there, I'm watching the thing, and I'm like, oh, they squaring up, and then I just seen the punch. I said, oh shit. And then, like, mind you, like I didn't I just seen the clip like on scrolling through Instagram and shit like that because I don't watch baseball, so so I seen the clip on Instagram. I said, oh shit. I said, oh. And then the first thing that I thought of, I said, I ain't seen no lick like that since Nolan Ryan had old buddy in the headlock.
All I gotta say, Boogie, is thank God for Montgomery, because that nigga Tim had us looking weak out there.
Yeah, he played with the White Sox. Goes, yeah, man. The Montgomery shit talks. You just had to put this shit in there, didn't you, dog?
You could never go to Old Block.
Yeah. Yeah, that Montgomery shit was wild, dog. All right, you got motherfuckers out there.
Bro, he got knocked the fuck out. I'm sorry, bro.
Yo.
He got knocked the fuck out. That shit was terrible.
It
was wonderful for us, but for him, it was terrible.
He said, yeah, wonderful for us. Yeah, it was just one of them.
It's only entertainment.
It was just one of them wild punches that caught him, man, and he had to just sit it on down, dog. And that's you said what? You said a wild punch. I said, what the referee say? Defend yourself at all times. Yeah, man. And
all the rules.
And I'm just sitting there, and nobody tried to break it up. It was like the umpire just kind of was like, all right, man. You know what I'm saying? Let the
umpire said, I do not. He at first he came in, he was like, stop. Them niggas didn't stop. I don't get paid more than that. And he said, I don't get paid enough to break this shit up. I said, I'm gonna do my part. Hey, you guys, chill out. Stop. No, all right, fuck it. Sell it yourself.
Yeah. Said, yep. And then once old buddy fell down, he came over there. All right, man. Get your ass up.
How about being one of Tim's teammates that had to walk him back to the dugout while he was talking shit like Ramirez and nigga, no, you've had enough. Like you at the bar, no, Tim, no. Let's go, nigga. We lost, nigga. Let's go. we lost, nigga. Let's go. Let's get back.
I'll go some other Cinco de Negro.
Oh, fuck. All right, what's up with this? What's up with this Hard Knocks, man?
All right, with the Hard Knocks shit.
They should rename it Dick Ride, and I'm just going to get that out there.
Are you talking about Hard Knocks?
Nigga, I have never seen the Jets. Aaron Rodgers must put in his contract. Treat me like a god. You gotta treat me like one of them Game of Thrones niggas. Like everywhere I go, I want y'all tossing out green rose petals. You over there. Call me GOAT. None of y'all can say Tom. Y'all got me fucked up. I'm Aaron Rodgers. It's got to be wonderful to be him because they are on cock in New York.
I mean, what they're happy about, they ain't had a capable quarterback since what? Shit. I wouldn't even say Mark Sanchez.
It's been actually, I won't do Mark Sanchez like that because he was capable enough to get them.
They got to the playoffs, so
to not fuck up enough to get the AFC Championship. But this is the first time they've had a superstar quarterback since Brett Favre went over there, and Brett Favre actually did a good job. He just got hurt, and so shout out to Ghost. I won't shit on Brett Favre right now. So he just got hurt, but he actually did good with the Jets. But yeah, like now watching it was a good episode. Hey, it's a party. What is up? We shitting on the Jets and how they. Oh, see Sterling, did you watch Hard Knocks and see that cock riding?
I haven't watched Hard Knocks yet.
Oh, you gotta watch it. You gotta watch it. They are dick riding Aaron Rodgers like.
Of course, they got to.
No, this shit is ridiculous. I have seen like 4 people when they grab the mic, everything said about Aaron Rodgers is a lie. The other dude, Aaron Rodgers is the GOAT. I've never seen a pass like that. It's like, damn, this is the first fat ass bitch you've ever seen in your life, my nigga. Calm down.
So
you
the only
out your drawers, nigga.
So-
Just go over there and sit down for a second. Get right.
the only thing I saw was a
First time in the
preview
strip club.
where your boy Zach Wilson threw that touchdown pass. And he was like, thanks to Aaron Rodgers. That's all I saw.
I will say this. He actually, his relationship with Aaron Rodgers, all jokes aside, came through as like, I think Jordan Love's gonna kick ass this year. The way that he's interacting with Zach Wilson makes me fully believe that Jordan Love is going to kick ass this year. Like, I really think he's gonna show. Like, Lions, y'all better win some fucking games. Kirk Cousins, I got a whole newfound respect for Kirk Cousins after watching quarterback.
I know.
Vikings, your offensive line ought to be shame of themselves. Shame.
Hey, hold up, but your Jordan Love point though. So from what I heard, and this could not be true, but I heard that Aaron wasn't really coaching Jordan Love up like that.
Oh.
Yeah, and that's the contrast. So you guys know I do some stuff with Antoine Staley. He covers the Jets, and he be giving me some insight on what be going on out there. But yeah, dude, Aaron Rodgers hasn't been that dude. Like last year in training camp, he didn't even want to work with the rookie wide receivers.
I think that also goes with the fact that the saltiness that goes along with the Green Bay Packers and how they treat their quarterbacks.
Sure.
And then I think that also plays into the guy that replaces him. Like, I think the Green Bay Packers, while they do, man, they some whole ass niggas about the way they go about it. But I'm thinking that this shit may be a working form.
You think so?
To make this Dallas Cowboys, like I said, we can separate off right when I say it. But it's kind of like when you become a Dallas Cowboys running back. Normally, you do pretty good. Like, it's like the position is pretty much something that happens really well. Wow. Well, both of you guys kind of left.
No, we was waiting on you because you kind of
glitched out for a minute, and he's doing it right now.
Yeah.
But
that was good.
Are we gonna talk about the Cowboys some more? Because I got some questions. I mean, I don't want to disrupt the flow of the show. So
no. We already kind of took a little detour to the NFL. Oh well, shit. Then we lost Russ, but we were kind of here now, so we can talk about the Cowboys for a little bit. I know you want to talk about Dak and his pick fest. I wasn't even going to touch it.
I'm trying to see if it's like, okay, is this narrative that we're seeing, or is he really playing that dog water in training camp? Like, I got to know.
I'm going to be honest with you, Sterling. Being in Texas, this happens at training camp.
Okay.
He does throw picks, and I'm not trying to, take Russ's witchcraft, but Russ is having some, difficulties, and he'll be able to give more of a witchcraft, but he does throw picks, in training camp, and he does tend to go on and have the seasons that he typically has. But you guys kind of opened my eyes to some shit last time where you was talking about, the narrative of, they don't respect him and things like that, and kind of seeing it, and it's like the media is starting to, play into it too, because you start to see the taglines is like,
right,
he's throwing interceptions, and they're like, where he went to Trayvon Diggs. It's like, oh, fuck. so that's in the headlines now. So it's like,
you're right.
So I don't. No, go ahead.
So I opened up the Bleacher Report app a couple days ago. Was it? Yeah, today's Wednesday. So I think it was Monday. But the first headline in there was like, Dak Prescott throws 3 interceptions in training camp practice. Trayvon Diggs caught 2 of them.
Yeah.
And you're just like, every day it's like something's coming out about Dak Prescott and him throwing picks. Now, look, if you're going to throw picks, training camp's the place to do it. But I think, man, I don't know. It's like with the Bills, the whole Stephon Diggs thing. Like, they needed Stephon Diggs to come out in the media and be like, yo, like, last year was last year. Yeah, I was mad, but like we good. We're gonna get through it.
Right.
Like where does that moment come where Dak can gain the respect of the majority of his peers? I'm not saying he lost that respect, but when somebody calls you a bitch ass nigga, like that's huge. And it, you know what I'm saying? Like
I felt disrespected for Dak. So, and I'm gonna say this.
Okay, go ahead.
And Dak has been in the league about eight years now.
Mhm.
7, 8. If he ain't got it now, when is it going to be? And what does So I'm starting to look at it now as like, the years that prior to this is like where we thought Dak was that guy, and obviously the leader in the locker room.
Right.
To kind of pivot and disrespect, and be very disrespectful. There he is, Russ.
Woo!
All right, so let me go ahead and bring you in the loop. So we're talking about Dak in training camp, Russ. Kind of
the Dak attack.
Yeah, the continuation.
Look at the face he just made, Boogie. Did you see the face he just made?
I seen. That's
see
why.
that?
That's why I said.
I lose
I did not
connection
wanna
for
overstep
1
my
minute and
boundaries. I
y'all
even
talking
did
shit. See,
Yeah.
look at
Boogie, yes.
niggas do when you're not around. They
I said
all
this.
right, so
I don't.
so
want
what
to
y'all
overstep my
on? What
boundaries.
y'all on,
So
man?
basically, we're just saying this. You know what, Sterling?
Okay, so this is what I'm saying. I have a general honest question about Dak Prescott. So I was telling Boogie, I opened up the Bleacher Report app a couple days ago. The very first thing I saw in the app was Dak Prescott throws 3 interceptions in a training camp practice. Trayvon Diggs caught 2 of them. My question was, is this media narrative or is Dak just dog water in training camp practices? Like is it what is going on? Is it because he's got a new offense, a couple new weapons he's trying to get? Maybe there's some miscommunication. We didn't see the context of
that's one thing, but I'm the honest Cowboy fan.
No.
So
before I threw shade, so I used the analogy. I said, look, like when Stephon Diggs was having the beef with the Bills and Josh Allen, like we were saying, well, Stephon Diggs needs to come out in training camp and just put it all to bed. Like he said he was mad, whatever, but he's like, everything's good now. And when you, in lieu of the events that happened with Dak Prescott last week, when they called him a bitch ass nigga, I was like, when does that point come when Dak can get the respect of his peers? Because I think,
I'm gonna touch that.
Yeah. So walk me through this, like, and I'm not trying to be a hater. I'm just curious.
This is not even from the standpoint of like you're being a hater. Like I've sat back and listened to everybody's comments, and how I attack things. I try to be honest about it, especially with this team. And like the first thing I see is we have to be honest about Dak Prescott. And he has failed this team when it matters most. Does he suck at quarterback? No, he's a very good quarterback until you get to clutch moments in the playoffs.
Sure.
Or in very important games in the playoffs. And what I think this defense is doing is they're actually testing him because of the fact that he's failed them when it mattered most. You know what I'm saying? So like, and y'all have played sports, and the people watching this have played sports.
Yeah.
You got to see if a guy gonna break or break through. And right now, this defense is trying to see, are you going to break or are we going to break through with you? And they're sending them a message with this, like, because as the season looms closer, like, you got to find out, like, okay, you done fucked up enough, bro. And in sports, more so than like sports, you got to take all that other bullshit. Oh, I don't feel good today. All that shit don't matter, bro. We have 60 minutes. Can you fucking perform? And on top of that, one of the things that Dak Prescott has a lot of trouble with is QB pressure. He's awesome. If you were to tell Dak Prescott you will be protected and no one's going to sack you and you get to get all your throws off, he would be as good as anybody else in the league, as well as every other fucking quarterback. And so what this defense is doing is saying, hey, we got a guy that coached the LOB, who chased around Russell Wilson, called him probably names, probably told him he sucked. This type of aggressive defense that knows it's that good is good for a guy like that. Because honestly, when he got paid and the way the team was around him, he was kind of coddled. It was like, you're a quarterback. You can do no wrong. The best quarterbacks have a defense that are going to say, fuck you. Like I'm going to pick off the pass and throw it back at you. Like, your offensive lineman can try to fight me or whatever, but you need to get used to defenses not thinking that you're A-Rod. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Defensive looking at you like, nah, you're just a man like us. And I think that the QB pressures, although I don't think you should ever hit your quarterback in practice, I do agree with the fact that they are coming after him because they, as a defense, Dan Quinn, as a defensive coordinator, former head coach, knows this quarterback needs to get used to people in his face and throwing with people in his face. And lastly, before I let y'all go in with y'all's last points, a lot of these throws that you see him throwing, look at the receivers he's throwing. Who's number 81? Who number 15? I don't see 88, 3, and 13 out there making a lot of these mistakes. When I see 88, 3, and 13 out there, they're catching balls. So I think that along with it, and it's the Cowboys. You love or you hate the Cowboys, so it's going to be a pile-on session. One more thing, though. If you go pull up, hold on, one second. One more thing. If you go and pull up to our training camp, though, shout out to Jay Tuck out there on Twitter that pays attention to a lot of the Cowboys training camp and the Cowboys news. I got to give him a shout out because those people like Shady McCoy and Acho who popped up and went to the front like 6'9" and was just kind of like, hey, we a Cowboys fan, took a couple pictures and that. Yeah, you didn't go in there like Ryan Clark and the pivot crew and go talk to some of the players. So when you happen to bring up, I was at the training camp, I'd like y'all to show where y'all talk to some meaningful players because we got pictures of Dak dapping up RC and talking to them. So watch out for that too because some of it is media. But Dak, he does need to clean it up with his practice, fellas. His practice. What Patrick Ewing say? Is that your shot? I ain't never seen you shoot it in practice. So why you try it in the game? So if you're in practice and you know this, Sterling, you know this, Boogie, practice is where you're supposed to make your mistakes so that you can fix
for
them.
sure. Now, I'm not here to say, you know, Dak is a turnover machine by any means and stuff like that, but you know, it just because you know it's like the whole it's the whole
until otherwise he is Sterling. You can say that until he fixes that shit. He is.
I'm really trying not to be a hater. Like I really like I don't want to be a hater. You know what I'm saying? Like, because that's
it might be true. Say what you got to say because it might be true.
It might be, but like, man, I really you want Dak to be like I want Dak to be really good. I think when the Cowboys are a good team, the NFL is just better. I would love for the Cowboys to be the team that knocks off the Eagles and shut their ass up. I would love for that to be the Cowboys.
We will.
But when I look at Dak Prescott, it's like if you're gonna get me, not saying I'm anything important, but if you want me to back you, you gotta show some fucking dog. Like I need to see some Alabama, I'm gonna hit you in the fucking head with a chair kind of dog in you. You know what I'm saying? And I don't get that from Dak, and that's where I have the problem.
Can I ask you a question though, as an outsider? We got that from Dak in his first couple years though.
But
you got that from Dak. Though, right? No, but I'm saying, but the thing is that the reason why you lose the dog is because things start to get too easy for you. Like this defense is turning up the heat because everybody knows. Like everybody knows. We could talk all the shit we want about Dak Prescott, but everybody knows option play, goal line, he gonna put his head down and run through a motherfucking wall. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you got to bring that shit back out of him, and the only way in sports to bring that shit out of someone is to see if they're gonna break or motherfucking break through.
Boogie,
hey Zach Martin, please. I can't say. I'll say something.
Boogie? Can you pull up and read that one from Ghost? Because he makes a really good point in the chat about Dak Prescott that we need to put on the show.
Okay, so he says, make a break for my guy Dak. He needs to go back to the game manager he was when he came in. Know your game. Says,
how's that hit you?
So I say this to Ghost because these two things can be right at the same time. So Ghost is right in the sense of he needs to be more of a game manager type, and he needs to be a guy that takes care of the ball. Because when I hear game manager, I don't hear the gross, no. I don't do that. I hear a guy that doesn't turn the fucking ball over and he don't cost you a game. But he's not going to take you over the top. And that's where I think the difference is with Dak is Dak just needs to like slim down the lower the turnovers, get less turnovers, and be smarter with the ball. Y'all know me because last season I screamed it the most. So this season is going to be a very telltale sign if I'm right or wrong about that. Because I do not like Kellen Moore and how he called the offense.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
So and everybody wants to throw these stats out. And if you notice, the media only is using the stats and how we were this, and this. and ranking and all our offense and shit, but they don't talk about how we would go out on a goal line and go 5 wide and throw a screen and some bad shit happen. Or we would come out there and do some dumb fucking play call while you running 4 hook routes in a post. Like some weird shit like that, you know what I'm saying? Some just like, even you had stories of Amari Cooper saying like, come on, Dak, let's not run another fucking in route, bro. Let's not run another dig, bro. Just send me deep. I will chop this motherfucker and I will score. And so I think that the fact that everybody's talking about Mike McCarthy like he gonna play like Bill Parcells is insane, because his track record, like the one of the, like I've read, I'll just say like I've read and heard, 22 years of information is not a fucking lie. Mike McCarthy is not finna go out here and make Dak play like Trent Dilfer, bro. He's not finna hand the ball off in 3 yards of cloud of dust. What he's gonna do is, when it's 2 minutes left in the game, which Kellen Moore, we'll see if he learned this when he's coaching with the Chargers. When there's 2 minutes, 3 minutes left in the game, run the fucking ball. Don't try to throw the ball because you have a good quarterback. Run it, bleed the clock, and let's get out of here with a fucking dub, because a lot of the Cowboys' problems were we threw the ball when you didn't have to. We tried to make plays where you didn't have to make plays. And all that's pressing is coming from what I believe to be an offensive coordinator that, one, is trying to get a head coaching job. No shade to you, because you made us put up numbers. But you're trying to get a head coaching job. You're trying to raise your pay, and you're trying to put an emphasis on what you think the NFL wants to see. And that's let me try to win a game, but let me try to win a game in a manner that's aesthetically pleasing to the NFL, because then I'll be shot up to the first ranks of coaching. And that's what's going to happen, because when Brandon Staley fucks up this year, he's going to become the coach.
So 2 minutes.
Okay, so in 2021, Dak Prescott probably had his best season statistically. And you know, he was 11-5 that season, 37 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. You know, one of the stats that really pop out was the air yards per attempt, which was 8 yards. Last season, he had a 6.7, which was one of the lowest in the league. Those kind of numbers need to improve. But I mean, if you guys could, it just sounds like, I mean, it goes back to what Ghost was saying. Like, can y'all get back to the run game and then let Dak play off of that? Because that's the thing. And now you got a new offensive coordinator, so maybe that is the case.
I think it really is.
Yeah. And real quick before we leave, the Dallas Cowboys, my boy Mozzie, he's hurt, man.
Hey, he's gonna be back.
Yeah, okay, good. Did the MRI come back and they say how long yet?
I don't even need to check. A motherfucker like that gonna be back.
That dude, you gonna love Mozzie.
No, watching him in training camp, I was like, yeah, I have like we might have drafted the next Ndamukong Suh.
He be straight murking dudes and don't care.
No, really. Not like
I know does not care. He doesn't care.
That was the one guy that had the quote where it was like, I don't even like football. Like,
yes,
it's like, and when he plays, you
that's
can
him.
That's him. That's
yep.
That's people in the squad.
But then when he plays, you see, that's when you said he's hurt, he'll be back.
Yeah.
And when he get back, he'll do his job.
All
so
right.
No, let me say this before we get off the Cowboys. This is the one time y'all will hear me say something that's in favor of management. So get it on clip, get it on wax, whatever. I agree with the Joneses. Zach Martin, you are the best guard in the league, and you do deserve a high contract. But when you signed, they signed you to a contract that was to make you the highest paid in the league. And I think that it's kind of fucked up that right now you want to go out with 2 years left on it, because everybody that signs to be the highest paid in the league, that shit's done like 2 months later when the next guy signs. So is Zach Martin underpaid? Yeah, but that's kind of your agent's fault for having you sign a contract linked to the link that you signed it.
All right.
No, okay, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Boogie.
Yeah, because we're going to revisit that one, because we ain't even do this day in sports. It's already like 45 minutes into the show. So yeah, we really been talking.
It's a quick one though, you know what I'm saying? So whenever you're ready, I can pop that off.
No, go ahead.
Okay, so on this day in sports in 1992, the original, what's up, Chris? Scared the shit out of me, just popped up like the fucking Grim Reaper. Boo, niggas. You can't say that though. But no, in 1992, the original U.S. Dream Team wins the basketball gold in Barcelona, 117-185 over Croatia. Features, Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson with all the stories. Passes like, yee! The practices was crazy. Scottie Pippen, Larry Bird, Charles Barkley, and Patrick Ewing, and of course, Karl
Hmm.
Malone as well, even though he's a horrible human being. The significance of On This Day in Sports and why I brought this up is because the FIBA basketball exhibitions have begun. USA smashed Puerto Rico, I believe, either yesterday or earlier today, and they play Luka, skinny Luka, who's in shape, Saturday at 3:30 on Fox. I've looked it up. You can catch most of these games on Fox, so pay attention. Look it up because this is USA's team of the future, whether you like it or not, and we gotta watch them ball.
All right. So we're going to go ahead and get to the NCAA football.
Ah, yes.
All right. So we are roughly around 2 weeks away from full-fledged NCAA football. So I know I'm fucking happy. So, all right. So even though we're 2 weeks away.
I can't. I gotta get to the front of the hat. Oklahoma, Boomer Sooner. College football is the best shit in the motherfucking world.
Even though we're 2 weeks away,
I got you.
Even though 2 weeks away from the actual football,
Texas A&M sucks.
We're roughly a year away from the NCAA release. But if it were to come out this season, we're going to go ahead and give a quick discussion of who deserves the 99 coming in.
Caleb.
This year. And no.
We already know.
For the people.
We already know.
Well, you
We
know
already
what?
know.
For the sake of this segment, Caleb got 100 because he's better than all these niggas. Y'all
All right,
got
fair.
99.
Okay.
All right,
Fair. But one player, who gets
I had
99?
I had a couple, man.
No,
I had a couple because I was like, man, they was gonna think I was just gonna be like, all right, Marvin Harrison.
No, you
Yeah.
okay? Yeah, you get one. I'm gonna go.
One.
And I like that pick, by the way. And he's a validated, for real 99, probably the best wide receiver we've seen out of college in the last 3, 4, 5 years, right?
Since the guy that got drafted for the Seahawks. You know what I'm saying? Like since
Right.
Jackson Smith and Jigba, or then Jamar Chase. But yeah.
But yeah, Marvin Harrison Jr. is better than all of them, right? Like
yeah. He's
I think he's gonna be better than Justin Jefferson. But I will go with Brock Bowers.
Ooh, nice one. That was the second guy on my list.
Bowers, tight end, Georgia. Boogie likes that one. Boogie likes that one.
I was like, oh, like how could I not predict him 99? Like, bro, he's
he would definitely have the white blinky thingy under him.
Yeah, he definitely would be an impact player. Yes,
impact player. Yeah, the white blinky thing. The white blinky thing.
God.
Yeah, Brock Bowers would be my guy.
Reggie time.
Okay, so I got a question for you guys. Like, yes, we are excited about it, but here's the question though: are we really putting our faith and trust in EA to put out a good product?
Short
do
answer,
we trust them to
yes.
do this? Do we
Short
trust
answer,
them to do this?
Yes. As an NCAA player, because I was a person that played that over Madden all day, every day. It was a better game to me. But I also would say, like, man, Madden is bad because of us. It's not bad because they suck. It's bad because the community goes in and tries their very best to break the game every single. No, I've seen it, bro.
Hold on.
Like no. Madden has its problems, but even after playing the 24 beta and seeing the improvements and watching how people talk about it, it's like, bro, can y'all name me a perfect game? Because I agree, Madden has its issues.
Russ, you know I love you, dog. You know I love you, right? You know you my nigga every day of the week. But fuck you on this. Shut your ass up.
Bro, I'm sorry.
I love you to death,
bro.
nigga.
No,
I will fight for you. I would ride for you.
No. This is
wrong.
But this is not speaking like. So I don't want this to turn into, does Russell think Madden is a perfect game? Yeah, nigga, he's crazy. No, it's not. The point I'm making is the fact that, like, when you say, can we trust EA to make a good college game? Yes.
Okay.
Like, yes,
all
we
right.
can.
So
Like, and the reason being is because Madden has its glitches and it's horrible. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
But I just, to be completely honest, guys, when niggas was complaining about 2K, NBA Live came out. That shit was fucking trash, bro. It was fucking trash. It was trash. So all these motherfuckers out here talking about, like, whoa, yeah, man. Let's, like, Ghost, I agree. Let 2K put on the field. But fuck, bro, Madden on PS2 was better than fucking 2K, bro. And niggas that tell you it wasn't is fucking lying, bro. They're lying because that's the reason why Madden won the war in 2004 and was able to get Michael Vick on the cover and cut everybody out because it was better. It has its flaws. Fuck.
Sure.
You want to hear something crazy
Hold
before I let
up.
you go?
We got to let Boogie go because I want to know what Boogie thinks about it.
Okay. This is what and this is my God honest opinion, and this is what I really think. And I know I've came on here and I've said pause. I know I came on the show pause again and it said
what kind of program is
a bunch of negative shit about Madden, but the reality is that I'm because of my nephew, I'm probably going to end up having to buy the game, and my expectations are shit low. I do not think it's going to be that big of an upgrade. I don't think it's going to be that big of an improvement. I just think it's going to be the kind of more or less the same stuff that we've been kind of getting. I know the beta played a lot better, but the one last year played a lot better, and they updated once, and then a lot of bad shit start happening. I'm hoping for the best, but I'm not expecting it.
But I think when we look at it though, because like you have to look. I separate them because you're right, Boogie. Like I separate them. Like when I really play this, I try not to be like I'm not like super pro Madden. I just want to Madden's. I just want to play good fucking game. You know what I'm saying? Like, and to those who say that 2K5 was a better game, you're fucking lying, bro. Because like I played both of them. I had both of them on the PS2 or whatever the fuck we was playing on back then, Xbox, PS2. I had fucking both of them, bro. Like no, like real talk.
2K5 was dope, though. 2K5.
No, it was, but it was not better than fucking Madden. Like niggas need to chill out. Like they don't remember 2003. Like NCAA 2003 was one of the best fucking football games you ever played with your mouth with Joey Harrington on the cover. One of the best football games you ever played. The Madden that came out with Culpepper on the cover, one of the best fucking football games you ever played. 2002, 2003 with Marshall Faulk on the 2005 was the 2005 was the first time. You know what? Niggas
that was
mad at it.
The introduction of the hit stick.
Yeah.
But peep this. This is why I say it is our fault. You know why people started switching to 2K5? Because that was the first time in Madden's history they said we are going to give the defense as much as a free lane as we're giving the offense. And motherfuckers didn't like it because half these dudes out there playing the game want to say hut and play pitch and catch, and they don't want to think. And so when you look at the way the game is played and you look at look, dudes are complaining about play recognition in the game, bro. Like they have put play recognition in the game. So if you run a stretch play, every motherfucking play, like the defense is going to say, fuck that. We're going to attack it. And I actually test this out. That shit works. And it makes the game so much more fun to play because you shouldn't have to worry about a dude running the same fucking play over and over just because you don't know the other defensive play that's in this checkerboard of plays that you have to pick that stops that one individual play. You could just call the play that you're supposed to play and have them play the proper gaps. And so I think that's the biggest thing because a lot of these dudes that play Madden aren't really people that watch football or are that good at football. They're just looking for a way to just throw the ball in between these gaps and exploit the game. You know what I'm saying? So like the fact that they're doing things and at least trying to fix it, I'm going to see how well it plays as a fine-tuned game when they're done with it. But I'm not going to get mad at Madden because someone's able to break 4 tackles and beat me because I'm able to shake 2 or 3 people and beat them. You know what I'm saying?
No,
I'm
that's
looking
fine.
at it.
But don't
and
you
for the
think
first
that,
time,
like, they had so many years to like kind of correct this stuff? And
how can they correct it if they have no comp? I don't agree with there not being another football game, but I'm saying how can they if they don't have no comp?
I got an answer for you. So for someone who works in the IT world, it comes back to your programming. Like how good are you writing your software and you gotta your code, like it has to be, it's like early, I would say early in the game when EA was like about that life, like they were putting out good shit.
Yeah.
And then along the way, they just kind of got lax.
Can I say this too?
Yeah, go for it.
Because I brought this up to a point of like, damn, Russell, you're a fucking nerd. And I'm like, I know I am, so just deal with it. But we are also looking at the evolution of video gaming, bro. Like we are, me, you, Boogie, we are the kids, bro. Sure. They used to make this game, and if we said something was wrong with it in a forum or however you got on the line back in the day, like it didn't fucking matter. It's a fucking video game. Nowadays, we're grown. Like, and we're still playing it, and kids underneath us are playing it, and so I think Madden is just having an issue with, dude, like y'all's generation, y'all wanted the glitch, y'all wanted the nano blitz. That's how y'all played. Like there is never ever in the history of esports video games has there been a perfect sports games. There has been sports games that we all have liked more than the others. Like give me 2K10 over all of them. Why? Because I liked it more and I was good at that one. But was it perfect? By no means. No, by no means was it perfect. You know what I'm saying? So like,
I know I don't expect a perfect product, but I do expect
Ryan Moody
attempts.
does.
Ryan Moody, but you know what? I'm glad he calls them out because it's like,
no, he's needed, but some of his shit is like, bro, that's not gonna be possible.
Some
like
of it
but
he got cool
react to
and then
he
kind of just goes, you know. But like when you look at like, you know, a lot of software and the introduction of AI, and I mean, like technology hasn't stopped progressing, right? And so when you are a billion-dollar franchise, I would say Madden is, you should have the resources to produce great writing in terms of your coding. That's the problem I have with them.
But I ask you this question.
Sure, go ahead.
When can we give them forgiveness for ignorance?
For they've been taking my money since 1989.
No.
Fuck that.
Okay. So me, you, Boogie, a plethora of us have said the same thing about Madden, but nobody thinks about the other side that likes this shit. Like
who likes it?
Shout out to CPG. You know we got leagues, and they'll be coming out the weekend of Madden coming out. There'll be a tournament that y'all can play. You know, hit me up on social media. That's Big 30 The Truth on IG. I'll fuck with you and I'll go ahead and see the information. But with that being said, so the reason why I did bring up CPG is because in this league we have people that play this game, and I'm gonna tell y'all, I don't give a fuck about what someone tells me. I'm telling you about actions. Guys like this.
For sure. It's the only thing we got to play.
No. I'm saying, but they like the ability to get on the sticks and be like, hey, instead of me having to think and react and do things like on the video game, I can just have a script of plays that I know are going to work because all these plays are broken. So like you have a whole world of people that like that to be the part of the game, and they believe that's the game. That's the way video games should be played. I believe that I should be able to find out what beats the game, and then once I find out, I should use that to beat you, and that's the way video games are played. And then you have the other side of us that are like, that's the way video games are played if you're playing Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat. We want a sports game. You know what I'm saying, with this involved. And so I think EA Sports has had to deal with the fact that both these sides are feuding, but the ones that like the bullshit we're pushing EA forward for the longest. And we just now got our voice as far as people that want a more realistic game, a better playing game. They should have had play recognition in the game 5, 6, 7 years ago. They should have. But you know what? It took them literally 15 years to develop, or maybe not 15, like a decade to develop nanotechnology to devise how they would catch nano blitzing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
It took them. I remember. One second, but because I tell you, I've been playing Madden since it was on Sega. So I remember it took them 10 years, and I'm talking like from 2000, like 2001 to like probably 2011 for them to stop letting corner routes get open every single time you run them. Like on Madden, you used to be able to call 2 verts and 2 corner routes, and that shit would get open every fucking time.
Yep.
It didn't fucking matter what the defense did.
I can even say before we move on that that shit definitely worked because I spammed the 2 short outs and corner routes. It was an ace. It was a double ace formation where they would do 2 outs and 2 corners, and every single time the corner routes would be open. But all right, but look, so let's go ahead. We still got a little bit more of a show to get through, and we were racing against the clock. So a lot of conference movements happened this week here, and Pac-12 has been decimated by these moves. Other conferences are futures, or kind of who the fuck we gonna get, who we gonna bring over, this, that, and the third. But let's get into the Pac-12 and the effects of the conference shakeup. I know Colorado has taken their talents to the Big 12 back back to the Big 12, yes, indeed, which they needed some big names in there since UT and OU have left for the SEC. I cannot wait. I cannot wait for that. That's going to be fucking fireworks.
Oh my
Great.
God.
A&M, OU, and UT. That was the best
Don't
shit
talk about
Big
that.
12. It's the best thing about Big 12.
Wait, no, I'm just saying that. Wait. That maroon team. Please do not mention it.
A&M, OU,
He
and
hates
UT.
it.
I know, but I love it
Because they trash, bro. Okay, you want to know why I hate them? And I'll say this, and this is one reason why A&M people can never say nothing to an Oklahoma fan. 77-0, the year 2003. Look it up. And we should have put 100 on you motherfuckers. But we started kneeling the ball because you couldn't tackle. A&M's trash as fuck, bro. Stop playing with me.
All right, so
fucking Aggies.
So let's get more on the Pac-12 and the moves that happen in the Pac-12. What do you guys think, and how this is going to impact the landscape of college football?
What you got, Sterling?
Well, boy, it was a slew of bad deals for the Pac-12. When Apple is talking about giving you a subscription for $23 million per team, like, I mean, you got the Big Ten teams making $40 million per, right? Like, that's a lot of bread for just TV revenue. So what happened was, I mean, I don't know if you guys know the whole story, but it was years ago, a few years ago, where we saw like some of the SEC network. You saw the Big Ten kind of broker in a deal, the new TV deal with the Big Ten. The Big Ten network kind of started this whole thing. They're paying their schools more. Well, the Pac-12 took a bet on themselves, and they say, you know what? We, because of USC and UCLA and all this stuff, we're gonna take a bet on ourselves, and we're just kind of do this little network thing. Well, it didn't pan out, so they had 2 consecutive failed deals, right? And now, not only that, you see the collaboration of the Big Ten and the SEC kind of gobbling up schools and having these 5 power conferences. Well, the Pac-12, nobody really cares outside of USC, or in Oregon, sometimes Oregon, they really fucked up the deal. So now Apple's like, being the fucking greedy motherfuckers they are, they're like, well, we'll give you $23 million. How does that sound? And the motherfuckers was like, huh? And USC, right, and UCLA last year, they were like, yeah, we out of here. And then Oregon and Washington are like, yeah, we going to the Big Ten too. So fuck all y'all. And now you now that $23 million that Apple was gonna give you, you ain't got shit to show for. And when Deion Sanders is flexing on y'all, talking about, yeah, we leaving, they left, right? And then you got the Oregon coach will talk about, well, they haven't won anything. Nigga, you ain't won shit either. Like, what the fuck is you saying, bro?
But no, you're 100% correct in everything. But I'm gonna sound like an asshole because I read it out.
Hold on. Like, are you gonna go? Oh, you gonna go OG old head traditionalist, or are you gonna be like, I want to know what side of the spectrum you on this?
I was just like, who gives a fuck about the Pac-12? In complete honesty, if Oregon didn't rock Nikes and USC didn't have Reggie Bush in 2006, who the fuck would give a goddamn about the Pac-12?
Nobody cares, bro.
Name me anybody from the Pac-12 that you really give a fuck about that graduated after the year 2010. With the NFL.
Andrew Luck.
Maybe a Bosa. No, they went to Ohio State.
That nigga didn't even play a full career, and he played at Stanford.
No. What's his name? He was before 2010, wasn't he?
Who, Luck?
Luck, when he before 2010?
I don't know. It sounds about right, Boogie. I mean, it's shit.
I don't know.
I mean, it leads into the either or, which guy came out. But it's Tyron Smith. But with that being said, though, no one gives a fuck about the Pac-12. Let them motherfuckers die in peace. I do believe that this is going to make help college football become what it needs to become, which is like semi-pro. Like, I think that like we have it set up now. It's not necessarily going to be, do I need to play in the SEC or do I need to play in the Big Ten? It's going to necessarily be
St.
Brown. That's one.
Would Christian McCaffrey count as well?
Chris McCaffrey, yeah.
Yeah, he'll count as well. So
All right.
I mean, they got a handful of
A
people.
couple.
Okay. Let me put it this way. I was hoping y'all named some guys because they got some guys. Okay, so the players are good. The conference trash.
Yeah, it is trash.
What you want me to say?
Yeah.
Like I would
really
rather
is.
see. I would rather see those guys go to the Big 10, and it would improve recruiting for a lot of those schools. And a lot of people don't think. I don't think a lot of people. Ooh, that was all over the place. I don't think a lot of people are looking at this from the basketball standpoint because now the Big 10 is by far the best basketball conference that you could put together. But we're talking about football right now.
Man, I don't know, man. That's. I mean,
think about it.
Well, okay. I know you're a Big 10 fan because of Indiana, right?
But I'm just
yeah,
saying,
I mean,
matchups.
Oregon doesn't offer you anything. UCLA does.
Wait a minute. Think about that though. Oregon is Nike U, and they've always had Dylan Brooks, Bobo. I'm missing some guys. I'm sorry, but they have a quality basketball teams. But what I'm saying is when you bring up the UCLA is a basketball school. It's not a football school. But we're talking about football. So, but like it's a basketball school. So I just want to say we'll get into that when football season starts. But I was gonna my main point is no one gives a fuck about the Pac-12.
Yeah,
like,
no, I think
the Pac-12. Like
I think
no,
it's
like,
over. It's over.
Every time we talked about the playoff, we all wished the Pac-12 was not in the Power 5 because you niggas is taking a spot. Unless it's USC
Stick a
super
fork
cold,
in these niggas.
Bro, unless it's USC that's super cold, no other team in the Pac-12 can get it done. Ever.
Nigga.
Of all times. Name
That's
one,
the
please.
fucking truth. That is the
unless
truth.
it's USC, none of y'all can get it done. Y'all are taking up space in college football. You have a space that a Michigan team could take if maybe they lost the game to Ohio State. Or a good team like if Oklahoma and Texas plays and Texas loses, because we beat them niggas except for last year. We ain't gonna talk about last year because it's only 1 year. But if Oklahoma and Texas play and one of them teams lose, I don't want one of those teams to lose a spot in the playoff because a Pac-12 team needs to go. Fuck the Pac-12. Fuck them.
I feel like Oklahoma should have went to the SEC.
Oklahoma did.
Oklahoma did go to the SEC?
Yeah. Oklahoma.
Okay.
Texas.
Yeah.
Okay.
A&M, UT, and Oklahoma.
Okay. Good.
Boogie, they do not count. Stop talking about them.
Yeah, they're all there again.
Are they keeping the Red River rivalry?
Yeah, we keeping that.
Okay.
No,
Good.
they forced A&M back into their rivalry with UT.
Okay, good.
With UT, UT gonna
that's
bend them. UT is going to bend them the fuck over, and I cannot
it's
wait.
Not
that shit is going to be. Huh?
It ain't Michigan, Ohio State, but it's good.
It's not Michigan, Ohio State, but it's still a good rivalry.
What is it?
The ranking of the Oklahoma.
After this year, because I'm tired of this. Because after this, our games are closer. Our games are more competitive. In the past couple of years, we have had. Well, Texas, you got to do your part more. In the past, Oklahoma has brought. A lot of. No.
Stop it,
Oklahoma versus Texas is a way more exciting rivalry than Ohio State. Ohio State and that shit, y'all get that shit.
Are you serious?
Okay,
in the past 15 years, yes. In the past 15 years, y'all tell me that Ohio State versus Michigan has been better than Oklahoma versus
still
Texas. You're crazy.
Michigan
lost like 6 years in a row.
And
every
I'm aware.
Other year,
trust me.
I'm just saying, I'm not shitting on your squad, but I'm just saying every other year. Last year, Oklahoma lost 49-0, and the year before that, we won on a last-second run play to win the game. And the year before that, I believe Texas won that bitch, bro. Like it goes back and forth.
It's a great rivalry.
Every game is close.
It is a great rivalry, but it's not Michigan Ohio State.
It's better, bro. The only reason it's not better is because the media don't want to let that shit go. But now that the Oklahoma and Texas and the SEC. In the next 2 years, it will be held as the greatest rivalry in football because it is always close. The players that play and play the hardest they've ever played.
I used to think that.
How much we betting on that? Because I would love to take your money or whatever you're going to offer.
I don't know how we come to a conclusion on it, but that's what I'm trying to tell you. I'll bet it. I just don't know how we come to a winner or loser. But I can guarantee you, I'm not going to let no teams from the mid-fucking West say that they play better football games than two teams from fucking Texas.
Unfortunately.
No, they don't.
I'm going to say this.
They don't.
Go ahead, Boogie.
I'm gonna say this about the rivalry, just solely about the four teams we're talking about here. I, growing up in Texas, used to believe that the biggest rivalry in Texas was UT versus A&M until I got to college, and then it became UT versus OU. Until I seen a special on Showtime. It was on premium, which I stole cable in college.
Yeah.
I don't know what premium channel it was on, but I remember watching it, and it was called The Big Game, and it was a highlight of the rivalry between Ohio State and Michigan. And from that point on, I said, this is the most historic blue blood, biggest rivalry because it goes.
Look at his face.
Russ, listen. Just listen.
I've seen the fucking show you're talking about.
I know, and it's great.
It just is.
Germany.
It's okay.
No, but peep this, y'all. But peep this. Like 40 years ago, like France and Germany was the greatest rivalry in soccer, or was the greatest rivalry in the world. Things change, my nigga.
But that one hasn't changed.
I do not care about what Bo Schembechler and my homie on NBA.
You know the names.
Game day.
He even knows the names.
Yes, but you know what names ring truer to me about football games that are crazy? Bob Stoops.
And
you know what I'm saying? Mac Brown, bro. like I'm sorry, Urban Meyer. Like y'all's rivalry goes, we gonna wash y'all for this amount of time. We gonna wash y'all. Texas and Oklahoma got teams of guys that are from the state that claims we play football better than everybody else. Okay. Texas play football better than everybody else.
Sure.
The state of Texas plays football, but say they don't. Say they
don't.
Great. Okay,
they do. The state. The state of Texas produces
he is unhinged, bro. He is unhinged.
You're not going to tell me that a team from Michigan, a bunch of guys that run 4-5 versus a bunch of guys that run 4-6 are better than Texas football players.
Listen to this.
Like playing against other Texas football players. Then we sprinkle in guys from Florida, California.
Okay, all right.
Roy Williams jumped over a man. What are you talking about?
All right, look, we gotta get to the best.
What are you talking about? Do y'all remember about Ricky Williams ran wild?
Chris, stop. Cue us up, Chris.
What am I stepping into?
Dude, I'm just fucking.
Everything.
Dude, listen, I'm fucking with Russ so much tonight, and
bro,
it's great.
Y'all know I love college football, and y'all don't play.
I'm fucking with Russ so much tonight,
bro. Like,
it's great,
like,
Russ.
Y'all cannot sit here and tell me that everything from that rivalry comes from the fucking 80s.
Sure. You might as well stay in, Chris. You might as well just stay in.
All right, gentlemen, we're gonna keep this Betstamp segment nice and tight. I'm gonna put an asterisk next to our 1 and 2 last week because we forced ourselves.
I'm talk shit. I'm
one preseason game. Yeah. So the results were 1 and 2. The money line is the only one that won.
Was it over under?
That shit was over, bro.
It was, wasn't it? It was, wasn't it? Yeah.
It was over. It was sloppy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm gonna wait till the show starts back so I can talk my shit.
Sloppy preseason games can go over. It happens. All right, so for this week we should have a full slate. We got games for Thursday. We got games for Friday. We got a full slate of preseason games here, gentlemen. So no guns to your head this week. You can pick whatever game you want.
I'm gonna have you cycle through. We're gonna look.
So Russ actually gets a real selection this week.
Yes, even though you should have listened to me last week. Oh, like
I'm excited for this.
We on because y'all,
and we can officially start shopping for the best odds.
Oh, they got me fucked up in football. I do this football shit.
All right, so who wants to go first?
Go ahead, Russ. You can go first.
No, first things first. I want to say is fuck Chris because I told you last week to bet the fucking over and let this be a lesson to everybody watching Sports Sushi. I'm on this football shit. Listen to me, nigga. With that being said, I'm probably gonna be wrong this week, but I'm just saying. You back me into a corner, so this week I'm out of the corner. I'm trying to load it up on my computer screen.
You're a hindsight 2020 champion.
It's not hindsight because I told you last week, don't bet the under in football games because nobody wants to see
you weren't confident enough to push back.
I did. You told. I hate you. I hate you.
Give me the time codes. I'll go get the clip.
bring it out. Yo, I'm gonna find that shit. I am going to, but look up all the games that are coming up. Not the, you know what? Fuck it. Let me see. I'm gonna go with the ones you got on screen. Fuck it. What's that tomorrow? Let me get Houston. Let me get Houston with the -2.
Houston with the -2.
Yes, they're gonna have
All
a
right.
couple more guys out there trying to play to get their jobs, playing a little bit harder. You know, preseason's a little bit different.
We're gonna lock that in. All right. Who wants to go next?
I will go, and I will take the Saints and Chiefs.
Saints Chiefs. All right.
I think what's the move down with
That's
what
Saturday?
3? It should be what -3
Sunday.
Yeah,
I just saw the
There we go. Sunday night. Chiefs +3 or New Orleans -1.5.
I'm riding with my team, giving New Orleans 1.5. This is
Ooh, okay.
He probably gonna get that shit because Kansas City ain't got no reason to win.
yeah.
Get 'em.
Like,
It's like the only time
I can hear Pat
bet.
I'm like, I ain't gonna be like,
All right, I'm gonna take the boogie route. I'm gonna pick the Bills 5.5. That's what I'm gonna do.
How the hell are the Bills 5.5 underdogs at home?
Right.
Because y'all are gonna be playing a bunch of bums because y'all already got your team built.
You don't think
Indiana
Indianapolis is going to play a bunch of bums? That's all they have.
Indiana, yeah, but they bums that gotta try harder because they got a chance to get a job. Like,
Well, you know,
they got a bunch of
when I
guys that
look
got a
at the
chance to get a
Bills,
job.
like who's gonna run the ball? Like they just got dogs that are like,
Man,
James
it's
Cook ain't gonna get no carries, but like you got Latavius Murray and Damian Harris and some practice
telling
squad.
y'all.
Like they're gonna be all right. I think they're gonna,
along with the fact that 16 plus 21 is more than 33.5, Chris. Along with that, yeah, I remember the line. I would tell you when you're picking preseason games, always go with the team that has more guys that are having to fight for their job.
Sure. I mean, it's hard though. It's hard to decipher who that is in preseason.
I always go with the shittier team. Whichever team has to me, it goes like this. The good teams if your team has a shitty preseason record, you're probably going to be pretty good in the regular season. If your team kicks ass in the preseason,
the Bills usually do pretty good in preseason.
Yeah, McDermott's a big gutsy hero in the preseason.
Yeah, he fucking calls all the stops in the preseason.
All right.
Give him the don't be a degenerate spiel.
Oh yeah, all right. Oh, degenerate. We gotta talk nice to these people, Chris. More people are watching nowadays. So to everybody out there that may have a problem, may get a problem, may think they may be getting a problem with gambling, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. We don't want to have anybody out there getting their legs broke, shot, stabbed, held up, having their jewelry took, having to put things on layaway, or having to just give things to people for collateral like babies and things like that. Just extreme things happen when it comes to the gambling game. You give up a lot of things if you need to when it comes to gambling. So we don't want you to do that. So if you have a problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. And on top of everything else, don't blame us, bro. You made your own choices.
Pay your rent. Pay your rent.
All right. So that sends us to my favorite part of the show and yours, the good old either.
Yes,
hey, you know what it is. It's this either or brought to you by nobody. Yeah, I stole that shit from EJ. So we got to get somebody in that shit so we can get that sponsored by somebody. But you know what it is. It's the either or today where, you know me, your favorite, Big 30 The Truth, takes two players from any sport, offense, defense, special teams, it doesn't matter, pits them against each other, and you guys pick the one you want the most. Last year, I got slaughtered for that one. I mean, last week, I got slaughtered for that one. But this week,
yeah, you did.
Tyron Smith, Trent Williams. Hey, man, it's all about living in your L's and getting past them. Tyron Smith versus Trent Williams. Which one you got? Let me know if you need the stats already, because when it comes to offensive linemen, you pretty much want to know how many All-Pros, how many Pro Bowls do they have. We got 10 Pro Bowls for Trent Williams, 8 for Tyron Smith. We got 4 All-Pros for Tyron Smith, and we got 3 for Trent Williams. Which one do you want blocking for your quarterback's blind side?
So I'm going to say both of these guys are Hall of Fame offensive tackles. Let's give them their due, their respect. Let's give them these guys are bona fide first ballot Hall of Famers. However, I gotta go with Trent Williams on this one. University of Oklahoma. This dude, in my opinion, he is the best offensive lineman at tackle since Orlando Pace, and it's not even close.
That's facts,
right? Like, and I'm not even capping. Like, even though Michigan Ohio State, is the best rivalry, I'm gonna give Oklahoma a bone on this one.
Because
Trent Williams is that guy, but Tyron Smith, he's great. Like he does everything right. Like the dude he's amazing.
No, he's a robot.
He is. I do feel like
cyborg.
Trent Williams is gonna have a longer career. I just feel like just the way y'all see how that dude still moves.
But you know it's crazy that you said that is because when I was looking at this, because I'll let y'all know, call me a traitor. I'm going Trent Williams. Like, y'all got me fucked up. Like, I've been watching Trent Williams dog motherfucker since he was 17 at Oklahoma. And I'll say this though. Here's the difference to me, because I love Tyron Smith. He does his job. He's a fucking huge human. But Tyron Smith is like a guy that realizes that he's bigger than you, stronger than you, and can do his job. Trent Williams got that dog. Like, and he's a little more athletic. Like, I believe Trent Williams was the big guy that was out there playing football in the field doing backflips and shit. Like, Trent Williams, when you watch him pull, like when you watch them do, like all the 49ers run all that crazy Shanahan run shit, and when you watch him get out in space, you're like, nah, this motherfucker's like, he can probably hoop. Like, Trent Williams looks like he's more of an athlete. I would take Trent Williams. Like, I just think that Trent Williams is a fucking animal. Yes, if you were to tell me, Russell, you're a Cowboys, I would trade Tyron Smith for Trent Williams in 2 fucking seconds.
So you want to hear some bad scouting?
What's that?
Okay, here's a scouting report on Trent Williams coming out in 2010. It says, Trent Williams is a very solid left tackle product, but he has lots of room to improve in the running game, and I don't think he will ever be considered an elite pass protector in the NFL. Williams is making the move from right to left tackle in 2009. NFL scouts will be monitoring his progress slowly. The official Oklahoma website claims he runs a 40-yard dash in 4.82 seconds. We'll see about that in the combine. They compared this man to Donald Penn, and they were fucking wrong. This dude, long athletic arms. He can set his feet quickly. He can move laterally. The dude can get to the second level. His footwork in college, this is just what I'm thinking. His footwork in college was incredible. He had short range explosion. Yeah. His hand placement was really good. I don't know what they were seeing to give this man shit on him like that on a scouting report.
You know what they saw? And I sent this picture to you guys in the chat whenever I sent it to you. If you look at Tyron Smith picture, clean cut, no tattoos, nothing at all. You look at Trent Williams picture, 2 chains, tats up to his neck, beard. You know what I'm saying? Like, he look exactly like someone that somebody would want to talk down on to keep them from coming up.
You know who wrote that scouting report on him?
Who?
Some of them white folks from Alabama.
But I'm just, if you listen to Trent Williams, look at Trent Williams, then look at how they talk about Trent Williams. Yeah. Trent Williams is arguably, he's the best football player in the NFL. Okay. So, when you talk about football players, the best ones are probably going to either be offensive or defensive linemen.
Okay.
In my opinion. I love receivers and all that shit, but no, them motherfuckers.
They are important,
them niggas in the trenches are the best
quarterbacks make the most money.
Got me fucked up because
that's the hardest position in the NFL.
And we can talk about that next week because I want to get into why y'all hear me say it all the time. I don't give a fuck about your position. The best players deserve the most money.
I just don't care about nothing this week, huh?
Bro, it's because
what do you think, Boogie? This nigga, he just shitting on everything.
Okay, all right. No, because if you if you unhinge, I should have everything every week.
No.
If you
I'm
unhinge,
on his shit tonight.
if you unhinge everything, you know what I'm saying, and like stop putting us in these certain roles where it's like the reason why quarterbacks have to be so good is because we've manipulated the game to the point where they have to be that good. If you're talking about just fucking football and just building a team, you don't need fucking Pat Mahomes to win a fucking bowl. Like now in the NFL nowadays, yes, you do need that. Listen to what I'm saying though. In the NFL nowadays, yes, you do, because they have steered the rules and the way the game is played to that. But the actual game of football, all you need is a defense and a running back and a guy that ain't finna fuck up. And you can win anything you want.
You're right if you're playing football in the 1930s, but it don't work like that no more.
But that's why I said, it's been steered in a direction to where it's like, but I only say that to say that's why I believe the best football players in the trenches still. I don't care about your quarterback, because the only reason your quarterback is the best player is because we've steered the sport to make him the best player. If you want to talk about just football, the best players are offensive, defensive line. It's Trent Williams, it's Aaron Donald, it's Joey Bosa, and which one's in San Francisco, Nick or Joey?
Nick is in San Francisco.
Nick Bosa is Nick. It's Nick, Aaron Donald, Trent Williams, my man's
Micah Parsons.
Bro. Yeah, Micah Parsons. Thank you. He plays for my team. I'm sorry, Micah. Micah Parsons, and then like I really don't have quarterbacks in that elk of like best football players. I go offensive lineman like Quentin Nelson.
Here where I'll throw you a bone. I would say the offensive defensive linemen, they're probably the most athletic players.
They are the most athletic humans in the fucking world.
But I would still say that the quarterback, because what they have to do, go through during the week and knowing all the things like that's pretty important, man.
They're the most important. Now there's a difference. Now, Sterling, we can dive in. Like there's a difference between you know what I'm saying? There's a difference between what I'm saying when I say like the best and most important. I will never ever argue that the quarterback is not the most important position on the field, because if you hear everything I say is when you have a quarterback that's not as good, his only trait that matters is do you fuck up or not? Because if you're a guy like Trent Dilfer, like he deserves credit because he didn't fuck up.
Okay.
Like Brad Johnson, I don't fuck up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna fuck this up, but you know what I'm saying. But
it's a debate. It's a worthy.
Next we've got a topic.
Yeah, it's a worthy debate. I think it's interesting. The guys in the trenches are the most athletic people you ever come across. I mean, these guys have added weight and they're expected to do a ton of stuff. Like it's easy for them little 185-pound niggas to go catch passes easier. Right, when you got 300-pound hit, I'm just saying, like the big niggas, you know what I'm saying? It's just different, man. It's different.
No. But you're right, though. But you're right. I just think like
we're gonna have to.
I just want to say this. That's
all right. Go ahead,
because I do think that the offensive lineman, defensive lineman don't. Offensive lineman for sure. We got to show more offensive love and offensive lineman love. In closing, before we move on, that's why I picked this, bro. The offensive linemen are the most important people on your team.
All right. So we're going to go ahead and bring Chris in to kind of talk about his article for the Sports Sushi website, and we will close the show out. So, Chris, I will turn it over to you. So, what do we have?
Gentlemen? As our first article up on Sports Sushi, I did a little thought exercise. I wanted to figure out a way to kind of quantify what the fuck is Sean McDermott bringing to my table.
Ooh, coming out the gate.
Rice and beans.
I wanted something with some meat on the bones that wasn't just me arguing off of the fact I know football better than most of these morons that are arguing back. So here is how I went about going at this and attacking it. There's some givens in the equation that I'm going to run by each of you guys. If you object, tell me you object, and we'll attack the logic here.
All right.
Sterling, you're probably going to be the most reliable on this because a lot of this relies on what I would call drought era givens.
Okay.
So let's start with the current. We're solving for McDermott, so he's the unknown in the equation.
Okay.
The two
Fuck,
things
it's real math.
that I would give McDermott. So here's the three comparisons. It's roster, quarterback, and coach. The coach is what we're solving for here. The roster, would we all agree that the Bills have an above average roster?
Oh yeah.
Top tier.
Top tier. Okay.
sure.
Tier 1 team.
Would we all agree that Allen is currently a tier 1 quarterback in the league, or at least
Top three.
one of the top
No,
top
yeah,
five?
no, we're not gonna. I'm not. Yeah, we're not gonna bullshit. He is
Okay.
definitely
Oh, yeah.
top 5.
Okay. So those things I took as givens, and here's also what I took as givens. Sterling, would you say for the majority of the drought era that the Bills had average rosters?
Yeah, average at best.
Yeah. They had talent. I mean, not at the quarterback position.
Right.
And not at the coaching position.
They had
which is the
talent
next-
everywhere else besides quarterback, mostly.
Yeah. So they had an average roster. They got inferior quarterback play. And would we agree the coaches through the drought area were fucking bottom of the barrel coaches?
Oh, for sure.
Okay. So we know what bottom of the barrel coaches and bad quarterbacks get with an average roster over a 17 season sample size. The average win total was 6.5 wins per season over that entire period of time. So I put the baseline of what an average roster should win with shitty quarterback play and shitty coaches at 6.5 victories, between 6 and 7 wins a season. Does that sound good on everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Okay. So from that, here's what I did. I took 2019 Josh Allen stats. I didn't cherry pick. I didn't go with his breakout year of 2020. I didn't go with the 2021. I went for the year 2 that most people still say Josh Allen sucked. And I think his year 2 was extremely underrated. I wrote an article about it at the time. His second season as a quarterback, when he was still finding his way, was better than all but one of Jim Kelly's seasons throughout his entire career. So 2019 Josh Allen, which let's say raw, ended up with 3,599 yards. That's rushing and passing, 29 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. So how I quantified these stats and replaced all of the quarterback stats of each one of these seasons was, and you guys tell me if this makes sense. For every touchdown over the quarterback touchdowns produced, and this counts rushing touchdowns and passing touchdowns, I tallied up 6 points. So if Josh Allen had 29 touchdowns and the entire Bills quarterback room in 2012 had 28 touchdowns, that's 6 points. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then for every 100 yards of production over the entire quarterback room, I gave 3 points to the tally. Then for each fewer interceptions than the entire quarterback room had, I gave 1 point for each fewer interceptions. Do these numbers totals make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So going off of that, with each season, I then went and compared it to the quarterback room. So for season 1, 2000, the first year the Bills missed the playoffs, they had 4,360 yards total from the quarterback room. So there was 0 points given for yardage. Touchdowns, Allen had 7 more touchdowns than the entire Bills quarterback room. So that was 6 times 7, 42, and then 1 less interception, 43 points Josh Allen got in season 1. So with that 43 points, and each time I took the tally for the season, I then broke that 43 points up over the closest games within the season to turn as many losses into victories as possible. Are you guys still with me?
Yeah.
Okay. So off that 43 points, I was able to convert 5 games into wins. So an 8-8 record turned into a 13-3 record with 2019 Josh Allen. And now projecting this out, we won't go through each season. I'll just kind of blitz through real quick. 2001, 71 points above the quarterback room. He went from a 3-13 season to an 11-5 season, extra 8 wins. Season 3, 24 points, turned 3 games, and an extra 3 wins. Season 4, an extra 9 wins. Season 5, an extra 7 wins. And on it goes throughout the entire course of the drought era. And I even factored in, just for shits and giggles, and an extra dig at McDermott, because I literally gave McDermott every advantage I could in this little test.
You hate this guy.
I even gave him his precious 2017 season when he broke the playoff drought by backing into the playoffs with his 9-7 season. So that fluffed his average up over the drought era with some extra victories there. And the end result was 101 wins added over the course of 18 seasons, or 5.5 victories per season. It is the Josh Allen effect. So what we end up with is 6.5 is our baseline from the shitty the shitty coach, shitty quarterback, average roster, plus 5.5 is the average amount of wins a 2019 Josh Allen brings to the table, giving you about 12 wins per season with Josh Allen and any bunch of fucking assholes you can scrap together to throw out on the field with him. And now, what are we getting?
I love the way you use fucking math to shit on Sean McDermott. I'm sorry. That was fucking beautiful.
What are we getting with a elite Josh Allen, superior to the 2019 Josh Allen, an elite roster, and an extra game per season, because this asshole now gets the benefit of an extra game per season? How many wins are the Bills averaging above that 12 win total that fucking you get with Josh Allen and any scarecrow as the coach? Under Sean McDermott's 4 seasons, outside of his precious 9-7 season, so from 2020 to 2023, he averages 11.75 wins per season. So Sean McDermott equates out to a half game per season less than you would get with Josh Allen and a bunch of bums.
Bro.
Yo, I thought Chris was going to come in this bitch with graphs and shit like that and pie charts,
bro.
But this is even better.
Any flaws in the logic, gentlemen?
No.
Yeah, no, we follow it.
No, I'm just like, speak your mind. But if you run into Sean McDermott, you better ready to throw hands.
Every tangible is working.
Sean McDermott is going to hate
and intangibles are all working in his favor, and he's still holding his team back by a half a game or more. And guess what that half a game is? It's probably the playoff game every fucking year.
Damn. Sir, this is you, Sterling. Because I'm cowboy country, so if
you want to see the stats and figures, you want to double check my math, you want to go through it, the article's up on sportsushi.com. It's our first of our weekly articles, and this is where I'm going to put you 3 assholes on the spot. Who's doing the article next week? What's it going to be on?
All right, so nobody wants to step up.
I couldn't even tell you what it's going to be on, but if you wanted me to do an article, I'll do an article.
I'll do an article, but it's going to be.
I don't care. We could all 3 do one.
An article. I'll get you an article. I'll get you an article by 3 o'clock.
You know what I'm saying? Like you do an article, all 3 of us do. But no,
Look, it's
I just
somebody jump on it for this week. Then
I'll get on it. What it's always going to be is going to be a goddamn introduction about shit that I like that you're going to read about. All right.
There we go.
That's fine.
Hey, if you want your first article to be 700 words of braggadocious MMA undefeated picks,
so I'm gonna let the people know this. I'm gonna talk to Chris, and I'll probably put something else up there. It may not be the top one because it may not be going up there, but I'm gonna put something out there. You know what I'm saying? It may be something about fantasy football, maybe.
All right, bet.
So when we close out the show, Russ, I have your picture if you want to plug the tournament
real
quick.
Hit it.
Oh.
Let me know when it pops up.
It popped up.
For those who don't know, but those who want to find out, you already know I help commission the league. It's called the Couch Potato Gaming League. It is the best esports gaming league that you could be a part of, in my humble opinion. But if you want to join us for the kickoff of Madden tournament, we are going to have a kickoff of Madden tournament. It's going to be on Xbox. It's going to be on PS5. It's going to be on Xbox and PS5. Look at the details. Hit me up. Big 30, the THATRUTH. That's Big 30 the truth. Hit me up on IG. DM me. If you own the Madden and you really got skills, let me know something. I could probably work it out where you can get up in this. Money tournaments, win money, top prize. Probably something around like $500. You know what I'm saying? It could be more than that. Love you. If she cries on camera, don't trust her.
All right. So we're going to go ahead and close the show out here. If you was tuned in and you was, tuned in on, Rumble,
YouTube,
Twitch,
Twitter, Twitch.
Twitter, all that good stuff. Please hit the bell, like, and subscribe. If you are also looking to follow us on social media, you can look down here at the bottom and follow us on social media. If you're listening now, you cannot see, and you would like to follow the show, you can follow us on Twitter at Sports Sushi, all one word, on Instagram, Threads, Sports_Sushi, and we are all on social media as well. If you would like to follow us individually, you can follow us here. Mine is DJ Slow Boogie with the I&E, not the Y.
Big 30 the truth. That's big 30THATRUTH.
All right, Sterling, where can they find you at?
Hey, at Furrow Sterling on Twitter, and then on the TikTok is Stilo.Huncho. I'm at 10,000 y'all.
10,000 wow.
10,000 y'all.
And Chris don't want you to follow him, so don't follow Chris. So, please tune in next week. We will continue our conversation. Should the best player on the field, regardless of position, get paid the big bucks? We will continue that next week since it was so good this week. So, if you like it twice, we're going to bring it back for your bitch ass again. All right? So, peace. Tune in. Russ, what you got to tell the people in closing?
I already said it once. I'll say it again. If she cries in videos, don't trust her.
Oh, you did give that to us.
I'm just saying. You can take these nuggets or not.